Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Bobby Moore Stand. I'm Gary, and this is Monday evening transfer update show. So, sorry if there's a bit of fan noise in the background. Try and move the mic around a little bit, but it's bloody boiling in this shed. I'm going to turn that down a bit, actually. I'll just melt while it's on rather than annoy you. Okay, so lots and lots of transfer news, as you'd expect. It's really ramped up this afternoon and throughout the day. Going to go through all of that and also discuss yesterday's second game against Lille. Lille part two, as they say. If you watch us regularly, please could you subscribe to the channel, the Bobby Moore Stand here on YouTube. Hit the bell notification icon to be reminded of shows, and please give the video a like. Really helps the channel a lot. Thank you. So firstly, Lille, the sequel. Now, a bit of an odd, I mean, nobody knew what time this was happening, but it happened yesterday afternoon. We started the game with Foderingham, Walker Peters, Mavropanos, Alvarez, Skulls, Adiel. I thought we said Adele when I first read it, but Orford, Rodriguez, Souček, Irving, Guillaume. And we went 1-0 up in the first half. It was actually, Lille started the game pretty well, apparently. We played Guillaume in a central role through the middle. He scored with what's being described as a deft lob. I have no idea. Sounds good though, doesn't it? And he nearly doubled the lead minutes later when he hit the bar. So sounds very impressive with Guillaume. I haven't heard anything about where Alvarez played, whether he played as a CDM or a centre back. I don't know. Apparently, we started brightly in the second half, but once the changes were made, Lille took control, and I don't know what changes they were, by the way, and scored in the 65th minute, followed by another few minutes later. So we lost it 2-1. Orford got 70 minutes, interestingly, and apparently really caught the eye. So that's good. That's good. It's one of the ones we keep going on about. So on to the news before we do the transfer stuff. So Nicholas Fulkrug, very complimentary about where we are in terms of our fitness. He said our fitness is up, our confidence is up. He's loving the link up with Jared Bowen, so that's all really good. And it's kind of old school centre forward vibes from him, so really like the sound of that. There's rumours that we only pay 15 million for Hermansen, and if that's the case, it's very good business. No matter how it got done, good business. I can't confirm that, by the way. Mikel Antonio, I saw a little clip of him just before the Charity Shield, which Palace won against Liverpool. He tipped Liverpool to win 2-1. But anyway, he was talking about himself, and he's now doing commentary for TNT, part of their team with Gareth Bale, I think. He also stipulated absolutely he wants to resume his playing career somewhere, and he's got quite a few offers on the table here and abroad. He wants to secure his, Jamaica have got a chance of qualifying for the 2026 World Cup, and it's the one thing he said he hasn't done in his career, so he'd like to do it. So good luck to him. Really good. He also said that Callum Wilson will do well for us if we give him a chance. A few other things from other clubs, but they relate to players that we've been linked with. So David Moyes, after signing Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, looks like he's homing in on Jack Grealish on loan until the end of the season. Still searching for that Lingard Mark II, I think. Forest are closing in on a deal to sign McAtee, and that's a player I was quite interested in rather than Grealish, to be honest. So that's disappointing. There's a couple that got away there. 3 midfielders there that we've been linked with quite strongly throughout the summer. Outgoings, we've let Gideon Kadua and Terrell Forbes go to Luton and Northampton respectively on loan deals. There's a rumour about Lucas Paqueta going to Newcastle, but I think that's all it is, to be honest. There was suggestion that he was forcing a move. There's no evidence of that whatsoever, so I don't buy that. I think what we saw the other day was him. It was a bad performance by him, let's be honest. But I think that was more to do with the fact that it was a friendly game, and he was just trying stuff out. Hope he doesn't do that sort of stuff in against Sunderland. Emerson, clearly out of Potter's plans. Apparently, there are about 4 different clubs interested in him at the moment. There's he will go somewhere, as will Rodriguez. There's lots of interest, 4 or 5 clubs interested in him. Apparently, I saw a big list earlier. Maxwell Cornet, there's been what's called a derisory bid, I imagine, from Patrick Vieira for him, so that's been rejected. Andy Irvine, there's been a £2.2 million bid, which sounds quite derisory as well for somebody with, quite a few Premier League minutes under his belt, and he hasn't disgraced himself, has he? Nothing on Souček, Alvarez, or JWP, sadly. So, moving on to the incoming players. So, first of all, I refuse to acknowledge the Raheem Sterling rumour. That ain't happening. It's not happening. We've got no use for him. I don't want to see him play for West Ham. I want him even less than I wanted Callum Wilson. So, also, good news this afternoon. Jacob Steinberg, quite reliable usually, he confirmed we want to sign 2 midfielders, not 1, 2. That's good news. Very good news. Bit of worrying news from yesterday was that we might swap out Rodriguez for a guy called Lorenzo Pellegrini, who is the Roma captain who spent most of last year sitting on the bench. 29 years old, has got about the same pace as Thomas Souček. Apparently a very, very good player who scores lots of goals, gets forward, all that kind of stuff. A playmaker, very intelligent playmaker, but just that lack of pace. I mean, if he had pace, Rodriguez would be pretty good. It's just he hasn't got any pace. So I don't really like that rumor. And he's 29 as well. How long has he got left? Free transfer? Yeah, I know. Idrissa Gueye, it says nearing a move, but then I've seen this, totally ruled out elsewhere, apparently. So who knows? It says terms have been agreed. Negotiations with Metz are ongoing with the goal of integrating him this season. You'd hope so, wouldn't you? Next, the big news, the very big news, and that is Matheus Fernandes of Southampton. Like I said yesterday, I thought we'd already put in a bid for this guy. It was reported everywhere that we had, but apparently we didn't. And it looks like a formal bid of around about 30 million is imminent. He's, just to recap, he's 21, right-footed central midfielder, high energy, secure in possession, progressive passer, under 21 international, came from Sporting in 2024. He's a good player. He would add a whole different dimension to this midfield. Potter fit, 8 out of 10, suits a possession stroke positional game as a connector stroke tempo midfielder. My God, we need to increase that tempo, don't we? So he says he's not a final third sort of monster yet, but that could come. He's young. Next, this is it's a player that we played against in the first game against Lille. Here we go. Ngalayo Macau. Yeah, Ngalayo Macau of Lille. I did quite well second time around there, didn't I? That one's for Chris. So we were impressed with him when we played against him the other day. He's 20 years old, left-footed, defensive midfielder stroke central midfielder. He's, defensive, very athletic, 89% completion rate, solid interceptions and tackles in League 1. Champions League exposure as well. Again, they got to see this, they would have got reports back from their own midfield, their own strikers and everything else about what he was like to play against, and nothing better than seeing a player firsthand against compete against your own players, right? Potter fit, about 7.5 out of 10. It says here, arbitrary rating. Projects as the athletic ball winner to lubricate build up. I love that word. Yeah. He's still quite raw, but then again, so is Diouf, and that's what you get with the young players. But I'd rather see a young player like that than someone who's at the arse end of their career with only a year or 2 left and no pace. Give me energy every day of the week. The next one is Amin Adli of Bayer Leverkusen. This one's been reported before. 25, left-footed, wide, inside forward, progressive carries, direct 1v1 threat. Yeah, he's a decent player. You know, he adds carries. He brings carries into the game, and we really need somebody to be able to do that. He's yeah, he's not really. He hasn't really. It's not being described as someone who's exceptionally pacey. And 25, I don't know. I know it's not old. I know it's a very good, very very good age. But you'd expect to read something a little bit more impressive than that, to be honest. Also has had injuries as well. I don't know exactly which ones, but probably explains why Leverkusen are looking to move him on. The ultimate Moneyball team. Finally, an old favourite, Jacob Ramsey, Aston Villa. You know, it's still alive, but it's complicated. You know, I don't know. He would be a really good fit for us. He's a very good player. I haven't read anything yet that has convinced me that he's in any way going to join West Ham. This, as far as I'm concerned, is still a rumor, even though we read brand new articles about it every day. I do think it's just regurgitating the old articles, if I'm being honest. I think that is it. You're completely up to date. Very, very quick show today. But that's good. I like quick shows. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, the Bobby Moore Stand here on YouTube. Give the video a like, hit the bell notification icon, and leave us a comment because we reply to them all. Get some bloody good comments in there. One of these days, I'm going to do a show and start doing it and read through some comments because I think you got enough quality in there from you guys to drive a show by itself. Some really interesting stuff. Just trying to think of the best way to do that. Any ideas? Let me know in the comments. Hey. Right, anyway, that's me done. See you soon. Come on, you iron.